Welcome to Positive Atheism English channel. Today I am going to read out you the article on the contribution of Gora and Saraswathi Gora written by Dr. G. Vijayam. In continuation from our last episode, now social experimentation. Gora and Saraswathi started examining the Hindu religious customs by making comparisons with the practices of other religions. For instance, when eclipse occurs, Hindu custom was to remain indoors, thinking it a bad woman. The general Hindu belief was that if a pregnant woman views eclipse, she would beget deformed babies due to the influence of the eclipse. Youthful Gora and Saraswathi witnessed in Colombo that at the time of eclipse, other religious peoples such as the Buddhists, Muslims, and Christians moved freely, unmindful of the eclipse. But on the other hand, Hindus confined themselves into the houses and were afraid to come out. Gora and Saraswathi thought that the Hindu belief was unfounded and false. If any harm occurs due to eclipse, it should be uniform, irrespective of the religious beliefs, as the anatomy and physiology of all humans is the same. In 1928, when the eclipse occurred in Colombo, Saraswathi was pregnant. Gora and Saraswathi viewed the grand spectacle of eclipse without caring for the taboo. When their first child was born, there was no deformity in the newborn. The experiment conducted by Gora and Saraswathi convinced them that they were on the right path. Their stay in Sri Lanka enabled them to come into contact with other cultures, viewpoints, traditions, religions, and the religious beliefs gave them an opportunity to make a comparative study of different religions and superstitions. God, a human imagination. When Gora returned to Kakinada as head of the Department of Botany in PR College, he was unconventional in his thinking and was ready for experimentation. Based on his observations, Gora wrote an article on the concept of God in a handwritten magazine of the college. He examined the very concept of God and came to the conclusion that God was only human creation. Even before writing this article, Gora was asked to leave the house by his father for not observing some of the religious practices which his father considered to be sacred. Gora and Saraswathi, with their months-old first daughter, left the home and stayed separately without any rancor towards his father. The remarkable quality of Gora and Saraswathi was they had malice towards Mon and they were firm on their principles. They were ready to face the consequences for their ideas and actions. And dismissal from college. When Gora wrote the article on the concept of God, the college authorities could not stomach it. He was dismissed from the college for his atheistic views. Even though it was a college of Brahma Samaj and considered to be liberal and were opponents of idol worship, their administration could not accept that there was no God. Gora and Saraswathi took an uncompromising stand and followed the lone furrow. They started a small education institution on their own. Ever since they came to Kakinada, Gora and Saraswathi were actively engaged in social mingling. They advocated and encouraged widow remarriages, opposed Devadasi, and organized interdining, breaking the barriers of caste, and started adult educational programs. This endeared many youngsters, and Gora was very popular among the students. Within 1 year, the Hindu college at Machilipatnam invited Gora to head the Department of Botany. Gora continued his unconventional programs, openly breaking the caste and religious barriers. As a lecturer, he earned a very good name in the college and outside. He conducted a number of programs dispelling superstitions, blind beliefs, and exposed the myth of miracles. He walked on fire to prove that it was a scientific fact and that fire walking had nothing to do with the belief in God. Thus, he exposed the popular misconceptions that the fire walking was divinely protected through religious prayers, as Muslims carried their spears and Hindus carried a container on their heads which was supposed to protect them and their feet from burning. Gora exposed the myth and explained scientifically that fire walking was possible because of thermal conductivity. When anyone sets foot on hot burning embers, it was like a cakewalk, as the moisture in the body protects the feet from the heat. Only dying embers will burn, not the red hot embers in excess of 60 degrees centigrade. Gora organized such demonstrations of fire walking even in the remote villages. Ordinary people and women and children walked on fire. Saraswathi walked on fire along with widows and pregnant women to prove that fire walking had nothing to do with belief in God. While in Machilipatnam, Gora traveled extensively all over the state, including the rural areas, and addressed meetings on atheism and scientific outlook. He had to face stiff opposition from so-called Babas and Swamis. He had long discourses on atheism with other religious heads. In his public meetings, he spent hours by answering all the questions and queries patiently. He was punctual in starting the meetings irrespective of the number of people present. Gora was once again dismissed from college at Machilipatnam for his atheistic views. His progressive ideas, nationalist spirit, simplicity and commitment to the cause he championed, as well as his ability to teach and communicate with the students, endeared him to very many. This was his second dismissal. Gora was again uncompromising on his stand for atheism. And from here, I shall read out you in the next episode. Thank you.
For more videos, please subscribe to our Positive Atheism English channel presented by Samaram channels, which crossed 20 crore views. Please like, subscribe and share our videos, and for notification of our new videos, please click the bell icon.
Please download Samaram Channels app from Google Play Store and watch your favorite channels. Click the bell icon and subscribe to the channels.